Well, it's time now to call upon our next speaker, and post which we will also be having the Slot 1 Awards. We have with us Dr. Kannan Gireesh, the founder of Live Life Education. He is a well-known psychiatrist, visionary educationist, reformer, and successful entrepreneur. He is credited with introducing a proven model of social emotional learning to India, incorporating some of the world's most respected leadership content into K-12 higher education. Dr. Kannan's career is built on a prestigious foundation in neuroscience and psychiatry, with international recognition for his work on adolescent depression and child behavioral disorders. His passion lies in addressing the emotional and psychological struggles faced by youth, including academic pressure, anxiety, depression, substance abuse, stress, and even suicidal tendencies. While many students are academically proficient, he identified the critical gap in emotional resilience, a problem he has dedicated his life to solving. Let us all welcome on stage Dr. Kannan Gireesh, co-founder Live Life Education. Let's have a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
How many of you here remember Solidaire TV? Solidaire. Do you all remember Solidaire? No. How many of you remember the Ramayana and Mahabharata which used to come on Sunday evening? Very good. Many of us remember. How many of you remember the Doordarshan symbol? Very good. And how many of you remember this nostalgic memory where we'll be watching TV as a family, suddenly white lines will start coming, then somebody will go and change the aerial, everything will disappear and we'll all start clapping for it. Yes or no? Those were the beautiful times of our life. Yes or no? Today's children have more than 2 crore channels right on their phone today. A whole new world has actually evolved. I'm Dr. Kannan Gireesh. I'm a psychiatrist. I started my psychiatry practice in 2008. I wanted to do something for younger generation. So I used to sit in my clinic. Parents will bring their children to me. First, mother, father will start. Sir, son is like this, sir. Daughter is like that, sir. They're doing like this, sir. They're doing like that, sir. This is not right, sir. That is not right, sir. This is like that, sir. That's like this, sir. Let me complain. Parents will go out. Then children will start. Sir, mother not good, sir. Father not good, sir. Teacher not good, sir. Nobody good, sir. Only I am good, sir. Then I'll not know what to do. So I'll give all sorts of counseling. They will sit and listen to the counseling and they'll come back next week. I'll ask them, did you practice everything that I told you? How was it? Sir, one day you live with my parents, sir. You will give me national award for living with them. The second child will come. Sir, very simple, sir. You sit in my max class and see, sir. For your depression, you'll come to me only for counseling. And that's where I came to know there's a whole difference between our generation and our children's generation. Do you all agree with me on that? Yes or no? One child that came into my life really changed my life. The child was brought to me with hyperactivity. The main complaint was, whichever marriage he goes, he will pull everybody's dhoti down. So I wrote medicines. I told the child to come back next week. Child didn't turn up. 6 months later, I see the mom in the gynecology OPD. I ran up to her and asked her, ma'am, where happened? What happened to your son? You said you'll bring your son to me. What happened? And she said, doc, the day I saw you, the next day principal called and gave a TC to my son. My husband came in a fit of rage and hit him 10 to 15 times with a belt. Smilingly, this boy looked at the dad and said, Dad, everybody hates me in the world. Only you didn't hate me. Now you also hate me, no, Dad. The dad felt very bad. And he hugged the boy. The boy said, it's okay, Dad, can I go play? He said, go play. Ran up to the 4th floor, got on top of the terrace parapet wall, and this boy jumped head down. Head of this boy hit the ground, split into 2. They got the body only from the neck downwards. This death really shook me from within. That child should have lived. That child should have had a chance to know why he was born in this world. That day, I made a decision in my life. No child should ever commit suicide in this world. And it was with that interest I started this organization called Live Life Education. Started with one student in my clinic. By God's grace, we have done our programs to more than 4 lakh students across India today. And in 2017, I was honored with the Award of Excellence from the Honorable President of India for my work in the area of adolescent depression. It's a small part of my journey till there. Do you all agree today's children have a lot of burden? Yes or no? The technology, if used well, can really transform a child's life. But many of our children use that for things that they don't want to, shouldn't be actually using it for. This was how jobs were selected years ago in Ford. This is how jobs and their requirements are today. Can you see a large part of that has actually changed? And beautifully, the top 10 skills required for the next 10 years in Forbes magazine, only the top 2 skills are academics. Rest all, they are looking at skills such as critical thinking, emotional intelligence, creativity. And that's where I truly believed that unless and until we build a social and emotional learning, all learning has a social and emotional component. Now let me ask you all, how many of you had one teacher in your school you truly loved and you used to wait for that teacher's class when you studied? How many of you had a teacher like that? All of us had? Very good. And how many of you had a teacher you prayed to all gods on planet Earth should be absent the next day? Welcome to Indian education. The way you studied a subject has a lot got to do with the way you actually are connected with that teacher. And that's where I wanted to find out, how can we build habitual change in children? And this school fascinated me. This is the director and the principal of the school welcoming to me to that school. Every child in the school were glowing. They were glowing with happiness to come to the school, and the way they greeted me was fabulous. This was the woman who transformed that school, my mentor, Ms. Mariel Summers. The school had a shutting down order. She goes and attends the program of Stephen Covey called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, comes back, teaches it to her children. Children take it to their parents and the teachers together, and this school goes on to have 780 kids and goes on to become 2-time magnet school in the United States. What I saw here was every child was greeted like an adult. They were greeted with a lot of respect. I'll show you a classic example. These were the welcome committee kids, and they had to welcome me into the school. This was in 2017. They knew my name, they knew my daughter's name, which school my daughter studied, what she liked, and had got her a gift. And when I asked them, how did you do it? We Google researched your doctor. I was stunned at the proactivity of these 3rd and 4th standard children. Every child, in the beginning of the school, I had an interview with one of the children on a radio station on Monday morning. From Monday morning to Thursday evening, every child I've met in that school called me only by name. Hello, Dr. Kannan, how are you doing? Hello, Dr. Kannan, how is it going? To such an extent that I was in the toilet and a small boy came there and said, hello, Dr. Kannan, hope everything is okay or you need my help. It was a 3rd standard child. That stunned me, the kind of leadership that was built. And one of the things was this classroom. Children were playing around in one part of the classroom. In the same classroom, a couple of children were sitting down and listening. I thought, what is happening here? Exactly at the 35th minute, the teacher conducts a test. The children who were sitting down and the children who were sitting up, 95% of them score above the 90th percentile. And that fascinated me. And the teacher said very beautifully, if children trust you, they will always listen to you, irrespective of what they are actually doing. And that was my aha moment. And I wanted to bring this system to India. I tied up with Franklin Covey, and we took this system into India in 2017, started with one school in Chennai. Today, by God's grace, we work with 134 schools across India today. So what do? Every country we work with more than 65 countries, and every country we work with, we take the best practices of those countries, involve them into our own culture, bring all those best practices process into the curriculum and create this curriculum as a holistic curriculum through the process called the leader in me. So what is leader in me? Do you all agree it's easy to give a cell phone today to a child than give a toy to play? Yes or no? It's the same way. Free Wi-Fi has a lot of takers. A free book to read has hardly any takers. Beautifully, this girl told me, I have 1,000 friends on Instagram, doctor, but not a single friend to share my problem with. Today, I tell you, you go to any class after the 7th, loneliness is a very big issue with many of the children over there. This beautiful study speaks about it. This was in 2019, where they said 70% of the children who have a mental health problem between 5 and 16 never take help ever in their life. And these are the children who end up with divorces, anger outbursts, and other issues when they actually grow up. So it's like a surgeon operating on the patient. Surgeon tells the patient, operation success, you put me the garland. Operation failure, I will put you the garland. Many a times, bringing up a child sometimes is also on who's putting the garland on who. So how many of you are familiar with the 7 habits? Okay, some of you are familiar. How many of you have never heard about it? Come on, who don't know it? And how many of you will never raise your hand irrespective of whatever question I ask? That is India for you. So now let's start with a small action. All of you, stand up, up, fast. Okay, all of you will follow me with energy. I know you all not had your lunch, but before lunch, let's burn our stomach a bit. All right, ready? Follow me with action. Habit 1. Oh my God. Louder. Habit 1. Be proactive. I'm in charge of my life. My life, my choice, my happiness, none of your business. That's the first habit. Second, habit 2. Louder, habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. Know the end and act accordingly. Habit 3. Louder, habit 3. Put first things first. Focus on your highest priority. Habit 4. Think, win-win. Shake the hip. Ready. Think, win-win. I win, you win, together we win. Habit 5. Seek first to understand and then be understood. All of you say it. Listen first. Louder. Listen first. Then speak. Now repeat after me. In India, we speak first. We speak second. We keep on speaking till the person runs away. Hey, habit 6. Louder. Habit 6. Synergize. Together, we can do more. And habit 7, sharpen the saw. Nicely do it. Sharpen the saw. Balance, body, mind, heart, and spirit. Thank you. Please take your seat. So, each of the habits are very important. Do you all agree today that anger outbursts is a very big issue with children? Yes or no? Suppressed anger. And that's where the be proactive as a habit comes, where we teach them to stop, pause, and respond based on their choices. The second most important thing that we look at is begin with the end in mind. Do you all agree children are very confused today? Yes or no? They don't have an end in mind. If you ask them, why did you come to school? My parents sent me, that's why they came to school. That's a classic thing. So we get children to have a clear end in mind and how that end in mind can actually work out effectively. The next, because of want of time, Next, do you all agree today the number one complaint children will tell you is, I don't have enough time. So time management is something very beautifully we do with the habit put first things first. We use a concept called Big Rocks and the Eisenhower matrix very systematically, and I'm very proud to say 5 of our students who have used this have got into IIT Chennai this last year. They have practiced in it for the last 5 to 7 years. Second, the most important thing that I always say is body shaming. Do you all agree today body shaming is a very big issue today? We solve it with a habit called think win-win. mutually how children can create an agreement of win-win. The number one complaint parents say is, nobody, my children don't listen to me. The number of complaint children say is, my parents don't. And teachers say, wonder who we have to listen to. So that's why we say, seek first to understand. It's a beautiful habit where we teach children how they can listen to people and then they can create that. And before I conclude, I just want to show you this one thing. This girl gets 96% mark in her 11th grade. Look at what she has written. She has 2 attempts of committing suicide and she has 312 cut injuries on her body. Can you believe that? And then I asked her, why didn't you tell this to anyone? And the child said very beautifully, nobody asked me this at all in my life. I live a lonely life. Sad part is that's why we say synergize. The habit of coming together, sitting together, and also doing it together is a very powerful skill that we do. So last, all of these children who go through this, we show you a small video that speaks about our work in a very, very beautiful fashion.
I believe that Leader in Me is a very important subject when it comes to shaping the character of our generation. It helps us know that we are in charge of our own lives and must not blame anything on any other factor.
It has helped me to be more kind, curious and responsible, helpful to everyone around me.
One of my favorite habits in the 7 is seek first to understand, then to be understood. I have learned to listen to other people's opinions and see from their view.
Think win-win, the 4th habit of the limb tree. It's about, you should not only think that you should only win, you should always think that you and your partner both can win. It's not about losing or winning, it's about teamwork and it's about you both winning.
Sharpen the saw is the key to make myself happy. I discovered about new things like dance, cooking, designing, gaming, craft works to sharpen my mind. It lets us have a positive outlook towards life. Because life is beautiful and we should be grateful for every single second of it.
And every nuances of this program is so wonderfully designed by Dr. Kannan and his team. And this program is not a subject, it is a program for life.
It has created a value system automatically, voluntarily it has come.
The Leader in Me program that has come through Live Life Education and Dr. Kannan Gireesh will be taken up by many schools.
We owe a lot to the Live Life Education for making our campus become more responsible, more caring and more sharing.
We also recommend that the school education department will take this program and give for the entire nation.
For many more years, I definitely wish that this program becomes an integral part in every school curriculum so that it spreads its wings across in India and abroad.
We work with acid attack victims, we work with women, we work with women entrepreneurs, and we also work with places of underprivileged areas like Jammu and Kashmir, areas where nobody has even gone to. These are areas that we go do our work. If you ask me, what is that one thing, Kannan, that is so fascinating about the work you do? I think it's fulfillment. It's just the fulfillment of who you are and what you can do in this planet in this short time that you're there in this planet.
Thank you. And those are all our children who are going through issues. So we have everything that we teach mapped to the problems you're facing. Beautifully, we have the curriculum integrated into every area of your school. One moment. And I'll end with a small note. A child came and told me, Dr. Mahatma Gandhi used the 7 habits. I asked how. When Mahatma Gandhi was pushed out of the train, instead of being reactive, he became very proactive. He created an end in mind, freedom for India through non-violence. Then he came back to India and seek first to understand fellow Indians. Then he synergized with his fellow Indians with a win-win and took that end in mind to the British. British was very reactive. Gandhi was very proactive, kept putting first things first, synergizing with his countrymen, and that's how he got freedom for India. This was told by a 2nd standard child. And I believe as a psychiatrist, children are clean slates. If we write it in the right language, they will remember it for a lifetime. So we start by working with the teachers. Teachers take it to the student, and we involve around 27 different processes we put into the school. Last, I end with a story of a small boy in one of our schools. He was sent to an elocution competition. He got up to speak, and the moment he started to speak, the boy ran to the toilet. The principal also ran to the toilet because the principal thought this boy is going to jump from the 4th floor. So the principal talked the toilet door and said, come out, come out, come out. I want you to go and speak. The boy said, I cannot speak. It's too much of butterflies. I cannot speak. It's just too nervous. I cannot speak. Please. The principal said, I believe in you. Come there and speak. If not, we are stopping this competition. The principal and the class teacher dragged this boy, put him on the stage, and made him complete his speech. It changed his life. That boy is none other than me. If not for the principal called Father Anthony, if not for a teacher called Sylvia Walters, who believed in who I was, I wouldn't be standing here in front of you. And I want to tell all of you out there, there are some beautiful Kannan Gireeshes, beautiful Lakshmis, beautiful Saraswatis sitting in all your schools, yes or no? And all they want is someone to believe in them, someone to give them a skill set and a framework which we can use and take it out and do it in their life. So thank you all, and God bless you all. And our brochure is this one. It's there in all of your bags. It's there, if you can check it. And if you feel this connects with your heart, if you feel this is what I want to do with my children, please do come and see us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Dr. Kannan Gireesh, I would request you to kindly remain on stage.